Hello guys, CZ and Trades here. Welcome to the first video of the channel. Today we're gonna go break down through how to set up your trading view just like mine. Black on the back screen, the candlesticks, everything like that. How to set up a brokerage account, like a paper trading account to start off with, and the strategy I use to become profitable. So let's get into it straight away. So first, in this trend, we're trading XAU USD here. We can see there's been a downside, right? There's been a downtrend. No, so firstly, what we do, oh, did not mean to move that. Firstly, what we do is mark out the swing highs, swing lows. So we're pretending like we're up here now. We're just looking at the market with the swing highs, swing lows, and we're looking at the market here, and we're trying to find out if there's any swing lows, anything breaking, break of structure, any of that. Okay. So first, we see a decrease here. We're like, okay, it's about to go into the downtrend. We're having a downtrend. So we mark out the swing low here, right? We have our swing low. Then, now, I was watching price action here. Notice how the market broke the previous low. So right here, notice how the market broke this previous low. This is an indication that we have a major break of structure level, which is the first indication that the trend might be shifting to the downside. Okay, so this is showing a bearish shift to the downside. It might indicating that it might drop more to the downside. Okay. So now we have this indication that, we've had a breakthrough of structure. We're like, okay, here we go. This could be an entry. After this entry point, this indication, we're like now watching the market. So now instead of jumping straight away, I waited for the price to retest back to that broken level. So I waited for the candle to close under the level. So see the closure here? I waited for this candle to close only because most traders enter, they might see a downtrend straight away. They might see a breakthrough and it might retest back up and just leave the liquidity wick here, which we don't want. So instead of jumping straight away, I wait for price to retest to that broken level. Patience is key here. When price came back and rejected, that's when I took my entry. So off this mark here, this is when I took my entry, where this price rejected and closed. Once it closed, I was waiting for a correction. So now we're entered, right? We're in the trade. And now we're in the correction zone. So we're waiting for a correction. Price doesn't just drop immediately down to this low. We don't know that. So during the correction zone, we're looking at the past. So we're looking at for our entry for the sells, for the shorts. We're looking what happened in the past. So look, as we can see here, hits a previous low, then drops again. So it's showing that it happens within the market. This is not a new thing. See, it happens and drops again. So it's not a new thing within the market. It's happened before. So it's just mirroring what has happened. So I noticed this, and this is when I'm still in my correction zone. And so here, we see a correction, just like the other trade that I just showed you. Saw a correction. So now we're in the correction zone. So this correction zone is a zone where we look for fair value gaps, we look for any indication, break of structure, order blocks, anything that's going to tell me that it's going to either retest onto the uptrend and turn bullish, or continuing going bearish. Okay. So now we have corrections here. Ready? So we got connect corrections here, 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 here. These are all corrections, okay? Big correction there. So once these corrections indicate to us, we're in the correction phase, it's consolidating, it's moving in a good trend, we can then indicate that it's about to go down again. So a lot of traders, especially during this phase, get shaken out. They're like, holy crap, it's gonna retest and go up because they're just not experienced traders. They're not experienced enough to know, we're in a downtrend. Like we're viewing correction right now. This is ICC. So we've had our indication. So let me actually show you guys this. So we've had our indication, which is, the price breaks a swing low. So the price or a swing high. So it depends what we're trading. Oh, what just happened? So if we're trading for a swing high, we look for the break. So but in this instance, price breaks a swing low. Okay? So we have this. Price breaks a swing low, which is this low here. Breaks. Okay? Next. Our next indication is identifying the trend. So we're identifying if it's bullish or bearish. In this instance, it's bearish. Okay? And Now we're looking for a correction. So now we're in the correction phase. So we've completed I, we're in C, and now we want to look for the other C, which is continuation. This is the I double C. Okay? So now, after we're in correction, because corrections are normal in the market, it happens. We look for continuation now. So the last C. Okay, the last C we're looking for. So we've done I, we've done C. Now we're looking for continuation onto the bearish side. So you might be wondering, how do we know that, right? How do we know that there's a correction? How do we know that the correction went well? How do we know that there's indication that it's going to continue go down? So after rejected multiple times, rejecting back up, rejected, and then ended up following, sellers step back into the market here. So here we can indicate that sellers in the market have come back in and they're like, now, we own the market, we're going to control the market. Let me show you, well, like, let's do this, right? So the bearish sellers come in and price dropped hard. So we can see an instant bearish downtrend and straight into my target zone. So we've got indication, big fat tick, correction, big fat tick, and now continuation, which is just worked out perfectly, right? So this continuation has come down to this downtrend and hit this swing low. And if we look back into the past, we can see, oh, this has happened before. Previous low, continuation, correction, continuation. So now we're looking here, we're seeing the same thing. We're like, oh crap, let's go. So now we close our position for profit because, like, we're in our target zone. We're in our previous target zone where it's hit its previous low. It's respected the previous low and retested back up, right? I'm going to show you this straight after. Okay, this is perfect trade. So now if we go in the 5 minute time frame, same thing again. Where are we? Same thing again. Indication. That's a bearish market. Break through the previous swing low. Come here. Correction. Correction to the upside. Retest. Correction, correction, correction. Continuation onto the downtrend. And that's it. So just off this trade, we can analyze that we wait for a break of structure. Let's up here real quick. We wait for a break of structure. We enter on the retest. I don't know why I'm typing in caps. And trust the process during the corrections. This is literally everything you need. Maybe also mark highs and lows. So previous swing highs, previous swing lows to see if it's a bullish or bearish market. And that's about it. It's the most simple strategy. It's the most easiest strategy. It's just about analyzing the past trend, analyzing the market, following through your correction, and that's it, guys. That's literally it. Over here, this is another strategy, right? Okay, let's go through this one. So over here, again, let me go on the 15 minutes. Okay, no, 5 is better. Okay, so we're on a lower time frame here. We're on the 5 minute, so it's closer. It's more action. Everything's happening. So if we look in the past, in the during, so like we're right here right now, okay? Where these dots are, these arrows. Let me get rid of all these other ones. I don't know why they're all here. So we've marked our highs, we've marked our lows, we've marked our highs, we've marked our lows, okay? So we're looking for support and resistance here. So we have support and resistance on the bearish trend. So we're having a very, very bearish trend right now. Beautiful. It's a bullish flag as well. So we're in the bearish trend. So here we can see that market is repeating itself, right? So we have an indication here. Boom. Retest. Downside. Support. Hits a support. Bounces back. Hits a resistance. Bounces back. Hits a support. Bounces back onto the uptrend. I entered on this white line. So I waited for it to retest because you got to wait for closure of the candlestick. Retest and instantly follows the past trends. This is the same thing. Indication. So we have the I. We have indication that we're in a bearish market. Okay? We're in a bearish market here. Boom. Indication. We have correction. Right here, guys. We have correction right here. Then we have continuation. Right here. So, you might be wondering, when do I enter? When do I exit? So we enter, we draw our previous highs, our previous low. We enter here. Entry. Boom. And where do I exit? Where do I close? We sell here. We sell at our lowest low, at our previous swing lows, and we enter at our previous swing highs. It's so simple, guys. It is so simple. This trading alone was 400 USD. I'm gonna show a screenshot. I'll edit it in. I think this was like 312 USD. The other one was around 200 and something USD. So simple. This is trading little margins as well. Like, we're not scaling big yet. So again, here, this is just another thing. This is just looking for market movement. This is, trying to find we're just trying to read the market here. Okay? Again, support and resistance, break of structure, hits a previous swing high, boom. Like, guys, it's so simple. Like, look at this. Wrong one. Previous swing high, literally in line with it. Okay? We have an indication. Previous swing high. Retest. Back up. Hits this. Boom. Like this, like, I don't think it gets much more simpler than support and resistance, indication, and I double C. I don't think it gets simpler than that. Like, oh, this is trading news. This is just a different movement because housing, and here as well. This is today. So it's just always look at this again. Support and resistance, break of structure, and look at that downtrend. Just because of break of structure, boom. Retest back up, comes back in, breaks the structure again, because now this is the low. See, previous low. Retest, break structure, and comes and drops like this. So that's my strategy. That's how I've been trading. That's how, I've learned how to trade. This is a strategy that's making me profitable. And this is, you know, just everything you need to know. So just as like a little strategy outro, let's just write down bullet points. First, we have BOS, which is break of structure. Then we have retest entry. Then we have hold through correction. Don't panic. Then we have the last one is do not. Oh, actually, wait. It's just profit. Take profit where zoned. Don't be greedy. That's it there. This is ICCC, which is indication, correction, and continuation. And then we have support and resistance. In the indication and the correction in the ICCC, we can also look for FVGs, which are fair value gaps. We can look for OBs, which are order blocks, and we can look for BBs, which are breaker blocks. And that's it, guys. Like, this is just everything you need to know. If you guys, just learn the basics of what these things are, what the meaning of these things are, because you shouldn't be coming to this video for the basics. This video is a strategy. This is like how to apply the basics onto the charts. Okay? You shouldn't be using this video as, it's starting off. This is a good video to learn how the charts move, but not to learn the basics, okay? And yeah, so get these down pat in your brain, learn everything and just repeat this, repeat, and you'll see profit come in. Thank you. Now let's go through what I have on how to get your setup like this. So how to get, my setup. So we'll go here, we'll go settings. And so yeah, we have candlesticks, green, red, green, red, green, red. This green for each one. Then we have um default seeding time. Then we have logo, title, open market status, no volume, no last date. Volume just that thing at the bottom. We don't need that. And then titles, inputs, values, background, like this. Then scales and lines is currency and unit always available. You guys can just read this yourself. I don't know why I'm reading this out, but just make sure it's the exact same. Pre-post, post. This is when I have the sessions on. So if you want this, you have the session times. This one here. So you guys can copy that, and then canvas, that's it there. And trading, that's it there. And alerts, that's it. And another thing is find a session that you trade best. Find, it could be either Sydney, it could be Tokyo, it could be London, it could be New York. Find a session that you trade best, that you love the most, where price action moves the best. Personally, for me, it's a London session. So I'm always trading during London. That's to me the best session to trade on for me. Again, London. Again, London. But yeah, New York is great as well. But if you're from Australia, New York is pretty hard to get on because it's very late at night. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this first video. This is it for me for the strategy, and let's get into how to set up your own brokerage account. So the first thing I recommend doing is getting onto TradingView. This is the first thing you should do as a trader. Is get on TradingView. Make sure you have an account. You can get the premium version, but you can also just get started for free. Click this, sign up with Google, do whatever you need, sign in. Once you've signed into TradingView, then we're gonna go to, let me sign in real quick, I'll be back. Once you've signed into TradingView, now we're here, we're at the home page. We can go straight away. You can look at what the community has, so you can check the trading ideas the community's been making. You go to products, and you can copy this if you want. This is what I've been trading, the blue ones, except for this. The blue ones, here are what I trade every day. These 5. Um, yeah, you can copy this. If you want to start with a brokerage, this is where you go open trading panel. And to start with demo money, the best thing to do is start with do trading view because it's the easiest thing to do it through. This is how you start. This is just a start off. And I don't know why I have a paper trade on right now. I don't even know what the hell it would be. But yeah, start with paper trading. You know, do it through here. You click trade. Say I want it to go up. Let's go for buys, and boom, send order, and then just like that we're in. So right now we're in a trade for gold to go up for the buys. You can see it take profits wherever you want. Say a stop losses wherever you want. Say you want to stop it here. And that's it. That's how you use it. That's how you use TradingView. What else? If you guys want to, you know, keep up, like if you guys got any questions, make sure to join the Discord. I'll link that in the description below. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this first video. I explained my strategy, explained how to open a paper trading account, how to make a TradingView account. It's pretty simple, that stuff. But some people need that. And yeah, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, drop a comment if you want me to analyze more of my trades. I'm happy to do so. But yeah, again, this is a simple but very powerful way to trade trends. Just trust the process, guys. Just keep the grind going. Like some of you guys might just like try this for a week and just give up. I wouldn't do that. If you want to be profitable, it's not worth just giving up. But yeah, the market's massive. Shit happens. And yeah, guys, really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.